evening, FGCU. And welcome to this celebration, this graduation of our students from Florida Gulf Coast University. Today signifies one of the greatest occasions and accomplishments in the lifetime of a person. The family, the student, and the graduate. We have all come to expect this moment that your graduate receives his or her diploma. You will be moved to triumphant applause and sincere enthusiasm. Although we appreciate your outward display of your pride and your charged intensity, we kindly ask you to respect the following graduate so that they may have the same experience as your graduate. We also ask that you respect the dignity of the ceremony by refraining from external noise devices, such as, please, no air horns, no thunder sticks, and while I know we all loved the World Cup in 2002 in South Africa, please, no vuvuzelas. The use of such devices can be unpleasant and offensive to others and diminish the experience of your neighbors. So, on a more agreeable note, these exercises of the 33rd commencement ceremony at Florida Gulf Coast University this spring semester 2014 are hereby called to order.
On behalf of Florida Gulf Coast University, I welcome you to the university's 33rd commencement ceremony. Several years ago in 2009, we acknowledged our 10,000th graduate. Today, we will recognize FGCU's 20,000th graduate at this ceremony. At this time, will you please rise or remain standing as appropriate for the invocation provided by Pastor John Roth, and remain standing afterwards to join in the singing of our national anthem by our vocalist, Miss Christy Shore, and the Suncoast Brass Quintet.
We pray. O Lord our God, when you walk into a room, you cast out all doubt and fear with your love. Your mercies are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. This evening we praise you for the gift of these graduates. May they be now gifts to this world through what they have learned here at FGCU. We ask that you walk with them so they bring healing to the nations, release to the captives, all according to your will. Teach them that their significance is in their service, their strength is in their love, and their power is in their self-sacrifice. Bring them to realize that true wealth comes from the richness of their relationships and the depth of their character. We do not ask for a comfortable life for them, Lord. We don't ask for happiness per se, but for profound purpose and life-changing mission, out of which comes true joy. We do not even ask for safety, but adventure. In the words of Sir Francis Drake, we pray, disturb us, Lord, when we are too pleased with ourselves, when our dreams have come true because we have dreamed too little, when we have arrived safely because we sailed too close to the shore. Disturb us, Lord, when with the abundance of the things we possess we have lost our thirst for the waters of life. Having fallen in love with life, we have ceased to dream of eternity, and in our efforts to build a new earth, we have allowed our vision of the new heaven to dim. Disturb us, Lord, to dare more boldly, to venture on wilder seas, where storms will show your mastery. Where losing sight of land, we shall find the stars. We ask all this in your name and according to your steadfast love. Amen.
Please be seated. Please stand for the national anthem.
send bright stars through the perilous night. On the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets swept them, the bombs blasted in air, in brilliant light, that our flag was given, all save us against our flame bound and wave, o'er the land of
Now, really, please be seated. This ceremony is patterned after a ritual which has been repeated through the centuries of higher education throughout the world. The robes we wear and the symbols of the ceremony found their origins in the Middle Ages. The mace is a symbol of the authority of the university, but the spirit of commencement is modern, always new, and always focused on the future. At this time, let me introduce the university trustees and other members of the platform party. As I call your name, please rise and remain standing. University trustee and University Board of Trustees Chair Robbie Repsdorf, University trustee Christian Spilker, University trustee Russell Priddy, University trustee and student government president Dominique Volpe, student speaker and former student government president Juan Cubillo, interim dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Aswani Valetti. I'd like to note that this is Dr. Valetti's last commencement at Florida Gulf Coast University. Dr. Valetti has accepted a position as dean of the College of Arts and Sciences at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. We will miss him. Good for Wilmington, bad for us. Dean of Library Services, Dr. Kathleen Miller. Development Chair of the Alumni Association, Paul Allen. Interim Director of Alumni Relations, Kimberly Wallace. Academic Advisor and University Reader, Allison Bacigalupi. Academic Advisor and University Reader, Rebecca Kroger. Invocation Speaker, Pastor John Roth of Thrive Community Church. Vice President for Student Affairs, Dr. J. Michael Rollo. Associate Vice President for Research and Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Chichang Yi. Florida Board of Governors member and keynote speaker, Edward A. Morton. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Ronald Toll. University Marshal, Faculty Senate Vice President, Dr. Charles Gunnels. And sitting in the first row before me are our college marshals. As I call your name, will you please stand to be recognized and remain standing? Dr. Al-Ning Lo, College of Arts and Sciences, and Anna Carlin, Library Services. Would you please recognize our marshals and our platform guests? Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to thank the many members of the university's foundation board and friends of the university here with us today. Because there are so many here, I won't be able to introduce each of you, but I welcome you and ask that you raise your hand so we may recognize you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the university's provost and vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Ronald Toll.
It is a great honor for me to be part of FGCU and to be part of this very special ceremony this afternoon. It is my distinct pleasure at this time to introduce the Vice President of our Faculty Senate and University Marshal, Dr. Charles Gunnels.
Thank you, Dr. Toll. It is my great honor to be speaking with you today as your faculty representative from Florida Gulf Coast University. What you have done is absolutely fantastic, and you deserve all the congratulations and all the attention that is bestowed on you today. Well done. Today is a top tenner. Today is one of those days that goes down in your life's top 10 list. It is a day that goes down on this because it is a day in which you have accomplished something. It is not the same type of day you would experience in terms of your joy at getting married or the first time that you hold your child. It is not the day of sorrow that you experience when you lose a loved one. No, what today is a day of accomplishment. Today is a day that will sear into your memory. Now, what you remember is very much up to you. Many of you will remember the opportunity to stand in front of your parents as they glowed affection and pride on you, and you basked in that glory. Others of you will remember the opportunity to have your family get together, your aunt, your cousin, yes, even Uncle Bob showing up for an impromptu family reunion in dedication of you. Still, some will remember that last hurrah, that last coming together of friends before each of you moves on to that journey that becomes your life. And then a few of you will remember this ceremony. You will remember the speeches, you will remember the pageantry, you will remember the tradition. I remember my own graduation. I remember the 3 people who spoke. I remember coming up onto the stage to receive my diploma, leaping across the stage, giving the president a big old high five as I landed on the back of my best friend, and we exited the stage. By the way, that was not met with approval. Hint, hint. But what you remember is important because today is important. But it brings a really significant issue. Why? What is so profound about today? What is so significant about this event? What have you actually done? To put it in more simple terms, more blunt terms, so what? Why are we here? Why are we here recognizing an accomplishment that goes down to identify who you are in your life? So what? You've gone to college. You're graduating from college. Why? What was the point? Be able to answer these questions that are of such significant value to you is one of the most important things that you will do throughout your life. And that is the occasion that we are doing today. And by the way, this is a question that your family wants to ask of you. So, you graduate from college. What does that mean? Your family has put tremendous resources, tremendous time, tremendous effort to see your success. And they want to know why. Your community wants to ask this question of so what? Your community, your neighbors, your town, heck, even your government wants to know why. This is a significant accomplishment. What have you gained from college? So what? Honestly, even your faculty, your second most devout audience outside of your family, also want to know. So what? Why? What was the point? What was the point of this effort, this time that you guys put in? Was the point to get a job? No. That's ridiculous. First, let's look at the FGCU student. You have been and will be employable. In fact, one of the things that I am most impressed by the FGCU student is their ability to balance work and education. This is no minor feat, and you guys have done this in spades. You guys are able to get jobs because you guys have been able to get jobs. You did not come to college to get a job. Was the point of coming to college to get a major that you used for the rest of your life? And the simple answer is no, except when it's yes. You will not use your major, except when you do. Every single day of your life will be disconnected from your major, except for the fact that every single day of your life will use your major. So what do I mean by this? Well, let's take an example. I am a behavioral ecologist and evolutionary biologist. I love it. I adore life in all of its majesty. I want to understand more of it on a daily basis. And I attempt to bring that passion to my class with every student that walks through my door. But I'm not delusional. You are not going to become the next generation of evolutionary biologists and behavioral ecologists. Heck, if 2 of you, maybe just 1 of you, pursue that direction in your life, by the time I retire, I have more than satisfied our society's needs for those positions. You're not going to learn and you're not going to use what you got in that class, except when you do, every single day of your life. So, thank you for the person in the 6th row. I enjoy your facial reaction immensely. Because, yeah, it's a really ridiculous oxymoron I keep putting forth. You will but will not choose your major. The major is of absolutely no value except that it's completely significant. That's a contradiction. And you could be asking yourself, aren't those mutually exclusive terms? And didn't you all teach us that you can't have incompatible statements and still call it true? And you're right. Except for in this card, I'm also right. You will not use your major, except that you will use it every day. So what do I mean by that? Well, you are graduating from college because you are now a student. The point of your graduation was not for a job. The point of your graduation was not for your major. The point of your graduation was to become a student. Now, when you arrived here, you were a student. But you were a student looking for others to be responsible for your education. Your graduation is about becoming a student responsible for your own education. A student responsible for your own discovery, a student responsible for your own knowledge. You came to college in order to gain that ability to learn. You did not come here, you did come here to learn how to think, not what to think. What to think was never the point, but how to think. You came here to learn how to confront the new problems, new issues, new insights, new discoveries, new opportunities. Life changes constantly. You came to university to learn how to deal with that ever-changing world. You did not come here to learn the answers. Not one of you has ever come to your professor, sat down, crisscross applesauce, or Indian style, looked longingly into the eyes and say, "Oh, wise one, what is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything?" Exactly. I would have answered 42. But of course, that's not even my joke. The answers are the past. And the answers, while they will prepare you, will not satisfy you. The answers are important because the answers provide you context. But that context is what you use in order to make new understanding. Finally, college helped make you tenacious. Many of you, in fact, all of you, were challenged by a class, a professor, a peer, who seemed to vex you at every corner of your effort. You know this. You remember this. But you also remember that you succeeded. You succeeded when at first blush it looked absolutely impossible. No matter what challenge you were confronted in that task, you overcame it. College fosters grit, and grit creates success. The accomplishment that we celebrate here today is your becoming a student. And for me, that is the highest honor I can bestow on someone. If I call you a student, I think no more highly of you. Because what you gain from college are the skills, the ability to think, the ability to process, the ability to synthesize, the ability to create, as well as the perseverance, the ability to overcome the challenges that confront you every day of your life. Together, this helps you make a life worthwhile. So what? That's what. Congratulations, graduates of Florida Gulf Coast University.
Thank you, Dr. Gunnels. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Spring 2014 student speaker and former student government president, Juan Cabillo. Juan was born in Costa Rica and came to the United States when he was 5 years old. He grew up in North Miami, where he faced many challenges and obstacles, but he didn't let those deter him from his pursuit of an education. Juan graduated from Hallandale High School and came to FGCU in the fall of 2010. Prior to being elected student body president, Juan served as a senator and as budget chairman. A senior, Juan is a communication major with a concentration in public relations and minors in both journalism and advertising. After graduation, he plans a career in public relations and will open up small businesses in honor of his family members to whom he wants the profits to go. Juan, after hearing that, I just wanted to tell you that I've always felt you to be my son. Eventually, Juan plans to run for the presidency of Costa Rica. Juan performed admirably in his role as a student government president and as a university trustee. It is now my pleasure to introduce the future president of Costa Rica, Mr. Juan D. Cabillo.
Thank you, Dr. Toll, or should I say Dad? I believe that life is lived in chapters. Our birth is a chapter, the way we grow up is a chapter, our adolescence is another, and the beautiful part is that we get to continue writing these chapters until we complete a book about our lives that others will read and hopefully get inspired by. In our book, we may have chapters of drama, thrillers, adventure, depending on which path we take. But one thing I know is that today, you have all completed a chapter of success into this book. And as you prepare for the next one, I know that it only gets better. Some of you will be lawyers, teachers, business professionals. I may see some of you when I visit a doctor's office one day, and maybe one day my kids will sit in your classroom. And I truly hope that day comes, because I don't care what anyone from any other school says. FGCU graduates are the best graduates in the state of Florida. Victories feel good when you know how it feels to lose. Victories feel good when they are earned, because if the walk is easy, the journey is worth nothing. I look at life kind of like driving your car around town. Sometimes we go through dirt roads, bumpy roads, hills, and rainstorms until finally we reach our destination. And as we drive through the path of life, we come across yield signs for all the people who always want to move ahead of us, stop signs for all the people who want to stop us from moving forward, right turns that signify right decisions, and left turns that lead us to wrong decisions. But every one of you followed the signs. You made right turns. You followed the speed limit. And if you got speeding tickets, well, at least you paid them on time. You all earned this day because you learned that it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to be frustrating. And you're supposed to cry sometimes, because that just means your smile will be that much brighter on days like today. I was born in a poor country to teenage parents who had no more than a high school education. I missed out on the experience of being a child because I had to learn to grow up as they were growing up too. I grew up with a million reasons to complain, but instead I think I have a million reasons to smile. Because back home in Costa Rica, there are a million little boys and girls who are growing up just like I did. And they are waiting for someone to go back to give them a glimpse of what it's like on the other side of poverty. So every day I wake up knowing that each day I'm building and building myself financially, spiritually, and emotionally, so that I can go back and inspire those little kids who are where I used to be, except they don't have the same car to drive in the path of life. So I'm hoping they can catch a ride with me so that they don't make the left turns, so that they don't get stopped by the bumpy roads. And I'm saying that to say this. Somewhere out there, there are people who we don't know. There are people who we have never ever met, but they depend on us to be the light at the end of their tunnel. And this moment here today means nothing if we don't plan to leave here today and help those who need it. Some define success as how much money you have, but when I do the math, individual accomplishments is 50%, and how much you help others is the other half. College is a lot to handle, and it's easy to wonder what it's all for, but I think it's our job to be the candle to ignite the flame in many more. We may not be the ones to change the world, and that's okay, but we can at least spark the brains of those who can and those who will one day. I want you all to know that standing here today speaking to you is inspiring me. It's inspiring me to dream further and bigger, because if we are able to make it here and graduate from Florida Gulf Coast with all those odds against us, then who knows how much further we can go. They lied to us when they told us that the sky is the limit, because I don't believe there is a limit. I believe we can only limit ourselves, because it is a tough world out there, and you can choose to let it shape you, or you can shape the world instead. It's up to us to use what we have learned this far to live the lives that we envision for ourselves. I believe there is only one way to live forever, and that's through people's memory. So make every action memorable, and make every single word you say memorable, so that your life has an impact that time cannot erase. Embrace obstacles, embrace hardships, because success recognizes those who are worthy of it, and they will embrace you in return. And before I go, I want to mention I'm lucky to be part of a student body with such committed, dedicated, and passionate students. We have over 20 veterans who have graduated today, and I want to give them a round of applause for serving our beautiful country and graduating today. Good luck to everyone, and never forget that we are FGCU, and there is not one other university in this world that I would rather attend. Go Eagles.
Thanks, Juan. Juan, I noticed that you are wearing a 2014 gold tassel, which symbolizes your commitment to Florida Gulf Coast University's foundation. If you out there are also wearing a gold tassel, please stand so we can recognize your support to the university's greatest needs. Gold tassels. Thank you. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Edward A. Morton. Ed Morton of Naples, currently a member of the Board of Governors for the State University System of Florida, has served as a principal and managing director of the investment firm Wasmer and Schroeder since 2007. He retired in 2006 after 34 years of service as the CEO of the Naples Community Hospital Healthcare System, a diversified healthcare holding company. He is a Florida native and was raised in Islamorada. He holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Notre Dame, a Master of Business Administration from the University of Miami, and a Master's of Health Science from Florida Gulf Coast University. He is a past Vice Chair of the Florida Gulf Coast Board of Trustees and past Chair of the Florida Gulf Coast University Foundation Board of Directors. He has served and currently sits on the board of a number of civic-minded organizations serving the citizens of Southwest Florida. Please join me in welcoming Edward A. Morton, who will deliver the commencement address. Ed?
Howdy. How's everybody? Good evening. On behalf of the Board of Governors, Governor Scott, welcome. To the moms, to the dads, to the friends and the brothers and the sisters, to the colleagues, thank you. Without your support, I suspect today would not have happened. To the wonderful faculty, your patience, your dedication, your commitment to academic excellence, your ability to nurture some of us, and I was one of you many, well, not that many years ago. Without your dedication to all of us, particularly these students, today would not be possible. To those behind me, to the leadership of the university, civic leaders, thank you again. Without you, today would not be possible. And to the graduates of the class of 2014, a hearty congratulations. You are about to begin a great journey into life. From the Board of Governors, congratulations. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of topics, and if I exceed my time limit, somebody behind me is going to shoot me. What I can remember from my graduation is the commencement guy never kept quiet. So I promise you I will be relatively brief. Look around the room today, look around this auditorium, this arena. Take a look at the diversity that you see. We come here tonight, different shapes, different sizes, different races, different nationalities, different creeds, all brought together here in this arena for a common purpose, to celebrate a wonderful graduation ceremony in the greatest country on this earth. We are brought here tonight as much by our differences as we are as Americans. We're brought here tonight in a common interest, but each of us has within us different opinions, different beliefs. So tonight I want to talk a little bit about tolerance, because tolerance is something you're going to have to put up with, something I hope has either been imparted to you or you take from this evening. Tolerance. Tolerance allows us to hear and listen at the same time. Tolerance allows us to be better participants of a team. And believe me, in today's world, we need each other and we need team. When I sat where you did as an undergraduate, I think it was a completely different world. The world was far more binary. There was a right answer to a lot of things. There was a wrong answer to a lot of things. Today, many times there isn't a right answer, there isn't a wrong answer. We live in a nuanced world where people see things from completely different perspectives. It's critical that we adopt an attitude of tolerance and civility toward one another so that we can learn from each other. So a few words about tolerance. We sit here tonight on a college campus, which is in and of itself a furnace, where ideas and concepts are tempered by the flame of passionate debate, an arena where critical thinking skills are forged and honed to a fine edge. And much like this college campus, this country is a much larger campus, a much larger mosaic. Sustaining the open space in which our democracy can flourish requires that all of us remain vigilant on any attempt to construct intellectual fences around ideas, opinions, and subjects. Anything which may preclude the free and unfettered movement of opposing schools of thought. Anything that does so doesn't present or permit opposing points of view. Anything which would erect these intellectual fences limits the open spaces of democracy. Jefferson stated in his first inaugural address that differences of opinion don't mean differences of principle. He later wrote to Adams, "If you read a book and you don't agree with the facts, confront it, refute it. If you disagree with the reasoning, have the courage of your own convictions and confront it as well. However, make sure that for God's sake we have the courage to listen to both sides of the argument." An open and free exchange of opposing points of view is fortified only when that debate is participated on a voluntary basis. The relationships which form the very foundation of this nation are predicated upon the free exchange of ideas. It's the basis upon which freedom of speech exists. Attempts to stifle free speech are an affront to the free market of ideas. The sovereignty of the marketplace of ideas is likewise vested in a voluntary exchange between willing authors, willing readers, willing speakers, and willing listeners. What is it that we fear from an opposing point of view? That we become increasingly intolerant of someone else's opinion? Must we always rely on the intellectual brutality of intolerance? Aristotle, when he was discussing debate with his students, said that it is a mark of an educated individual that they're able to entertain a thought without having to accept it. Many of you, I'm sure in your readings, read about Voltaire. I may not agree with what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. I would submit to you that tolerance is a very simple concept. It's giving to others the same rights that you claim for yourself. Nothing more, nothing less. Lastly, I'd like a little talk about education. Just as education is dependent on liberty, liberty is dependent upon education. Education and liberty are not only closely related, they're indispensable to one another. Standing alone, education is essential. But absent liberty, it is transformed into indoctrination. Likewise, liberty, which is the very soul of our democracy, is gradually rendered useless without education. Tolerance, the willingness and the courage to listen to other people. Tolerance is the fundamental element, along with trust, to building a team. And make no mistake about it, success in today's world requires others. When I graduated, first, knowledge was power. Knowledge is not power today. Shared knowledge is power. Shared knowledge is power. Lastly, a little bit about humility, the ability to laugh at ourselves, the ability to see the humor in others, the willingness to admit that others have better ideas, the willingness to subordinate oneself to others. Remember that a young man or a young woman, an old man and an old woman, never stand so tall as when they stoop to help someone else. Humility. Many years ago, I was in the presence of some NASA people, and they discussed with me what they called astronaut humility. And I hope this sticks with you for the rest of your life. Astronaut humility. I asked them what it was, and they said to me, when the astronauts have come back to the Earth, they've circled the Earth and they've landed on the moon, these pillars of integrity, pioneers of space, and they came back to Earth. They said they came back as changed individuals, that they were increasingly humbled by the experience. And I asked them what they meant by that, and they said, well, it was explained to us like this by the astronauts. We rode the rocket. We landed on the moon. We got out of our spacecraft and we looked back and we noticed the Earth. This blue circle in this black field, this jewel in space. And we realized two things. One, we didn't have anything to do with getting here. We merely rode the rocket. But more importantly, number two, 100,000 people have to work together as a team or we don't get back. Astronaut humility. It is a team. If you're fortunate enough to lead a company, if you're fortunate enough to be in a position of leadership, remember that you only go as far as the team will carry you. None of us are an island. So, humility, tolerance, team, shared knowledge, the ability and the willingness and the courage to listen to others and to learn. That having been said, I'd like to once again, on behalf of the Board of Governors, congratulate each and every graduate. Celebrate tonight. For tonight, you take that first step in the journey of life. May all of you enjoy the greatest success. And one last thought, go Eagles!
Thank you, Governor Morton, for being here with us during a very long day, 3 ceremonies. But even more than that, thank you for many, many years of service to Florida Gulf Coast University. And now, as a member of the Board of Governors, thank you for your service to the State University System of Florida. Thank you very much. Degrees will now be conferred. At FGCU, We award a wide variety of advanced degrees that provide postgraduate education in a wide array of disciplines. Indeed, at FGCU, we currently offer 2 doctoral degrees, 1 specialist degree, and over 30 courses of study leading to master's degrees. Today, we are awarding the following master's degrees: Master of Science, Master of Arts, and Master of Public Administration. We are pleased that 53 master's degrees are being awarded by FGCU at this commencement. Some of those eligible to receive recognition at today's ceremony have already started their new careers and are unable to be here with us this evening. Will the master's degree candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the master's degree you have earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Candidates, please turn your tassels from right to left, and congratulations. You may be seated.
The College Marshal for Arts and Sciences will now escort the master's degree recipients. The university readers, Ms. Allison Bacigalupi and Ms. Rebecca Kroger, will introduce the individual graduates. We will be calling each graduate to the front of the floor to be recognized. Let me say another word to our guests here this evening. I ask for your cooperation. Most of you have traveled many miles today to hear one name, and each name will be heard only if you hold and limit your applause and cheers. In consideration of everyone who is here today to honor one student, please limit your remarks of celebration. Thank you.
Liz Rivero. Corey Pepin. Shauna Stagger. Lauren Paxton. Kimberly Polignani. Santiago Salazar. David Blessing. Lindsay Robinson. Jason Green. Ariel Chomi. Nicole Legros. Carla Butler. Sarah Turner. Alexa Paluzzi. Felicia Weil. Katie Lockinen. Jennifer Nelson. Jennifer Polk. Morgan Souza. Allison Cerise. Sarah Hoffman. Catherine Gorman. Jennifer Castle. Albert Pleva. Christina Jordan.
Will the new FGCU Master's graduates please rise? President Bradshaw, Platform Party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our newest master's degree recipients. Please be seated. We now come to the conferring of the bachelor's degrees. At FGCU, we award a wide variety of bachelor's degrees that provide education in an array of disciplines. Indeed, at FGCU, we offer over 50 courses of study leading to the bachelor's, and we award the following baccalaureate degrees: Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. We are pleased that 522 bachelor's degrees are being conferred by FGCU at this commencement. Some of those eligible to receive recognition at today's ceremony have already started their new careers and are unable to be here with us this evening. Will all bachelor's candidates please rise for the conferral of your degrees?
By the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida Gulf Coast University Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degrees you have earned, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Candidates, please turn your tassels from right to left. Congratulations.
The college marshals will now escort the College of Arts and Sciences bachelor's recipients to the front of the stage. The university readers, Allison Bacigalupi and Rebecca Kroger, will introduce the individual graduates.
You may be seated.
Michael Scheidemann. The university offers its sincere condolences to the family and friends of Michael E. Scheidemann. Michael died in January, and his degree is being awarded posthumously. Accepting the degree is his sister, Alyssa Scheidemann. Elise Price Pretty. Also congratulating Elise will be her husband and Platform Party member, Trustee Russell Pretty. Aranza Caligari. Natalie Fields. Michael Kreshkatelli, Thomas Burgess, Nicholas Vallada, Miguel Medrano, David West, Ashley Dunn, Rena Olson, Stephen Scherer, Laura Althouse, Sarah Kness, Catherine Friedman, Marissa Shivers, Cassandra Catu, Allison Saturnini, Samantha Robinson, Chelsea Myrie, Christiana Bellato, Adam Harvin, Jesse Taylor, Juliana Javier, Rebecca Langdale, Brianne Cagnoli, Braxton Herbert, Ryan Lang, Jessica Dean, Meredith Rankin, Anastasia DeAngelis, Kaylee Stapleton, Rachel Zaccardo, Alexandra Edwards, Tessa Schumacher, Catherine Carney, Natalia Magnitsky, Cody Smith, Daniel Fuchsman, Christian Smith, Daryl Badjotti, Ryan Waters, Richard Ilsley, Caitlin Kersey, Joseph Harm, Chelsea Houston, Kelly Segrist, Michael Bonacoltra, Orlandi Goodiance, Michael Kolakowski, Elizabeth Burgess, Amanda Waba, Sarah Francie, Caitlin Baukema, Amber Nelson, Ashley Adams, Rachel Fox, Allison Shapey, Carla Mihaly, Lacey Capperton, Joshua Palmer, Garrett Falkender, Leah Paterna, Nicholas Schroeder, Bethany Gustigian, Georgia Lee Erica Nobleza, Wendy Crowell, Kyle Martins, Brian Thatcher, Ty Fortune, Craig Nanakumo, Dylan Hare, Jenny Rogers, Houston Hall, Jacqueline Thorson, Taylor Mitnick, Elizabeth Godley, Eric McKnight, Christopher Hopkins, Mary Macbeth, Megan Mosellem, Catherine Dupre, Victoria Armstead, Victor Noel Morales, Carrie Fisher, Chase Burdick, Aldo Young, Justin Grassi, Kyle Short. Alyssa Ryan. Shannon Kamnick. Ariel Blatt. Sarah Hansen. Caitlin Holm. Ashley Noble. Suela Johnny. Tao Trang. Dominique Ciapetta. Christine Brandon. Cameron Gardner. Matthew Hawksprung. John Livingstone. Kevin Devitt. Will Martin. Kirsten Tremblay. Kevin Cito. Shalisa Hood. Mary Castro. Maria Bustamante. Osiher Mendoza. Jacqueline Lester. Kyle Hughes. Jillian Pronchinsky. Courtney Fisher. Jamie Hughes. Sarah Flick. Nicole Nastasi. Brooke Shine. Molly Stahl. Aaron Ortino. Ryan Bell. Alexander Yepes. Mario Roche Martinez. Brooke Nicholson. Nicola Emerson. Julia Bombs. Justine Yingling. Kayla Stage. Hilda Astrid Vega. Megan Riley. Danny Lee. Kelly Thomas. Rebecca Rosenbaum. Rachel Wall. Joanna Madonna. Jacqueline Storer. George Mittar. Jules Robinson. Roberto Garcia. Diana Crossa Jackson. Matthew Hart. Taryn Peden. Regina Coda. Tiffany Cole. Elise Moustakis. Joshua Perrin. Mary Price. Emily Maya. Marina Hurt. Jessica Drummond. Medina Bayori. Jessica DeCastro. Drew Nardati. Anthony Garcia. Yuri Scrubert.
Priscilla Duff. Melissa Carinci. Jessica Breimer. Austin Germano. Tyler Shore. Brandon Hernandez. Bradley Sifrig. Matthew Sussman. Michael Denkler. Logan Cooney. Nicholas Mastromarino. Erica Kamen. Jacob Robinson. Sharana Edwards. Westlandy Jean-Baptiste. Jose Rodriguez. Jessica Bevillard. Erica Weber. Jordan Mahler. Brittany Berglund. Marcella Sanchez. Kayla Freisinger. Laura Garcia. Melody Conkis. Janu Cassius. Amari Gray. Jacob Swira. Erica Crew. Amelia Stone. Stacy Bordalo. Withleen Olabryce. Jerry Paolini. Romina Robles. Logan McDonald. Aga Freund. Sarah Kovacs. Victoria Kern. Brandy Longwell. Maria Singley. Joel Brenneman. Anthony Hernandez. Carlos Villegas. Danielle Cheney. Allison Reamer. Christina Sharon. Shayla Bailey. Anna Lucia Saraya. Justin Kowalik. Justin Shasha. Joseph Bradfield. Mark Bronzini. Marissa Frisha. Sarah Detlefson. Brittany Bowen. Caleb Houston. Morgan Curry. Perry Spence. Amanda Toth. Justine Sitterson. Michelle Nemeth. Deborah Ruiz. Scott Richardson. Michael Congelosi. Shelby Whitten. Alexandria Ayala. Tanner Stenning. Ralph Klobosis. Victoria Espy. Megan Gardiner. Araceli Soto. Jose Izagari. Jimena Minuche. Stephen Blackburn. Amanda Cardoso. Jacqueline Ford. Sarah Qureshi. Brittany Seifert. Dustin Clark. Savannah Jensen. Courtney Blakey. Olga Connors. Dawn Marie Muzio. Alexis Brown. Nicholas Zelfine. Andrew Friedgen. Christina Schmidling. Brandy Hyde. Joanna Giulianelli. April Olguin. Casey Town. Lindsay Meter. Christina Tanian. Jessica Porter. Travis Eppelman.
Andrew Hellman. Claudia Navarro. Racieli Hernandez. Nicole Stoller. Andrew Walk. Justin Price. Louis Frstensky. Nicholas Pusateri. Iboya Chernick. Kayla Hamilton. Deshonda Chaparro. Christina Borjas. Myra Garcia Leon. Mariana Perez. Brenda Crespo. Kara McNeely. Sarah Emmets. Daniel Hunt. Lisa Consolazio. Nicholas Alvarez. Michael Clavelli. Claudia Maturo. Rebecca Feiner. Amanda Cox. Leanne LaCroix. Ashley Masterson. Erica Sweeney. Drew Fenstermaker. Amari McMullen. Christy Livingston. Brianna Giacobelli. Elizabeth Buchanan. Christopher Worth. Jonathan Worth. Michelle King. Krista Nordquist. Carrie Byron. Brooke Jennings. Joseph Lapori. Rosara Palermo. Albert Newman. Christopher Hine. Patricia Toledo. Taylor Sorrow. Sarah Page. Jasmine Lewis. Melody Williams. Kelly Simpson. Rachel Perez. Christina Guevara. Brian Nelson. Alexander Boss. Bryant Hall. Ian Rogan. Nicholas Martinez. Cole Quackenbush. Pamela Moore. Kevin Kleiss. Chris Arujo. Casey Bansavage. Latara Brunson. Jennifer Burr. Callie Ward. C.G. Duncombe Clark. Heather Rose. Josh Hendricks. Gabrielle Palavoda. Catherine Scudlow. Annabelle Velez Jr. Dominic Monifo. Scott Milliken. Kamiko Grant. Demetria Gloucester. Erica Valandia. Shawnee Canachero. Cesar Torres. Sabrina Perry. Courtney Taddeo. Eric Christensen. Jennifer Passarello. Hanan Telhadis. Melissa Sanchez. Joshua McHale. Jelena Corville. Danielle Vizone. Claire Gorman. Andres Machado. Michael Bridges. Mark Vandevel. Michelle Lever. Harry Roroff. David Alpert. Rachel Saniguel. Heidi Gonzalez. Megan Miller. Michael McNeil. Juan Ramirez. Zachary Schnoke. Corey Gariapi. Marisol Diaz. Maiken Lee Echeverria. Lordia Finellis. Raquel Vasquez. Aida Olivares. Katia Consuerga. Daria Krylova. Stephanie Benkert. Ashley Levi. Elizabeth Kaziva. Samantha Medeo. Joshua Johnson. Luis Velasco. Samantha P. Goodale. Julia Costello. Christopher Oltianu. Colette Thome. Jordan Hendricks. Jamsey Joseph. Alyssa Snyder. Julian Ackerman. Jacqueline Rivera. Victoria Woodward. Kathleen McNatt. I don't have a card for it, so I don't know. I thought we did. We might have a card. Jonathan Bogu. Tyler Dubose. Christina Maloney. I got it. Spencer Talmadge. Travis Scoma. Emily Bozone. Lindsay Andrews. Samantha Gisino. Carrie Walker. Brianna Davis. Brian Green. Stephanie Migliaccio. Leah Heald. Sarah Miller. Danielle Reamer. Ariel Rabin. Brian Weinstein. Ryan Christie. Tyler Goldberg. Skylar Haas. Kyle Jones. Eric Ross. Ashley Eastman. Victoria Sinopoli. Francia Yacinth. Anna Carolina Schneider. Jeffrey Grakowski. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our distinct pleasure to recognize Amber Lynn Hughes as FGCU's 20,000th graduate. Miss Hughes. Ms. Hughes will be receiving from President Bradshaw a commemorative gift from the university. On behalf of our Alumni Association, Amber will receive a lifetime membership. In addition, a brick inscribed with her name that recognizes her as our 20,000th graduate will be added to our alumni patio on campus. Please rise and join us in congratulating our recipient and the university on reaching this historic milestone. Nicole Schwartz. Bobby Billings. Warren Toby.
Will the new FGCU bachelor's graduates please rise? President Bradshaw, platform party, faculty, family, and guests, please join me in congratulating our newest graduates. Please be seated. Among our graduates receiving bachelor's degrees today are some of FGCU's finest students. These students who have achieved the highest academic honors are designated by the wearing of green and blue honor cords. Please stand and remain standing as I call your honors designations. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.9 or greater have received the highest honors designation of summa cum laude. Please stand. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.71 to 3.89 have received the honors designation of magna cum laude. Please stand. Undergraduate students who have maintained a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.7 have received the honors designation of cum laude. Please stand. Honors students, we commend you on your superlative academic achievements.
I misidentified one of our marshals. Rebecca Donnelly is one of our marshals. So Rebecca, could you stand, please? Thank you so much. I apologize. I apologize. Graduates, I congratulate you on your accomplishment and wish you continued success. You have worked hard and succeeded in your academic endeavors. On your behalf, let me thank our outstanding FGCU faculty and staff members who have provided you not only instruction, but also their wise guidance and enthusiastic support. Our university is truly fortunate to have such a remarkable group of faculty and staff, respected by their students, their peers, and the greater community. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Paul Allen, class of 1998 and 2014, the chair of the Development Committee of the FGCU Alumni Association. Paul?
Thank you, President Bradshaw. Graduates of the class of 2014, it is truly an honor to be here to congratulate you on this momentous achievement in your academic careers. As you walked across the stage and received your degrees, you all became part of a distinguished organization that is near and dear to my heart. I would like to welcome you all as the newest alumni of Florida Gulf Coast University. I used the word distinguish a moment ago because it represents what many of your fellow alumni have gone on to become and what you should all aspire to become. Distinguished representatives of your alma mater. Matthew Caldwell, who graduated from FGCU in 2004, distinguished himself in public service by being the first FGCU graduate to serve in the Florida House of Representatives. This year, he was named FGCU's Alumnus of Distinction. Nola Thesis, who graduated in 2002, distinguished herself in humanitarian work by building human trafficking awareness partnerships from the ground up right here in Fort Myers to fight modern-day slavery. Nola received FGCU's Alumna of Distinction Award in 2008. Ricky Perez, who graduated in 2000, has distinguished herself in environmental education by teaching more than 120,000 local school children about Florida's endangered panthers, water conservation, and other environmental issues. Ricky received the Alumna of Distinction Award in 2010. Earlier this morning, I sat right where you are and came upon the stage to receive my MBA. I also have the distinction of being one of the first graduates of FGCU as a member of the class of 1998. I served more than 23 years in the Florida Army National Guard and completed one tour in Iraq as a medevac pilot. When I came to FGCU When I came to work at FGCU in 2003 in the Business Technology Services area, I met Michelle Yovanovich, your Dean of Students, who at that time was just getting the Alumni Association started. She asked me if I would like to serve on the board of directors, and I've been a part of it ever since. So on behalf of the FGCU Alumni Association, I ask that you all go out into the world today and make a distinguished life for yourself. Whether it's in politics or humanitarian work, education, or in the home, be a distinguished representative of Florida Gulf Coast University and be an active member of your Alumni Association. Attend FGCU Alumni Weekend and other events. Support the next generation of Eagles by participating in the Alumni Association Scholarship Fund. Stay connected with FGCU so that your life story can become the next chapter in the story of Florida Gulf Coast University. Congratulations, graduates of 2014, and go Eagles.
Thanks, Paul. Well said. At this time, will the graduates please rise and give a round of applause in appreciation of those that supported you through this educational process. Your parents, your families, your friends. Also, while you're standing, please extend a round of applause for the faculty who also supported you through your educational endeavors. Now will the audience please rise and join our vocalist, Miss Christy Shore, and the Suncoast Brass Quintet in singing the first verse of the Alma Mater. The printed words can be found on page 35 of your program.
Learned the wind's grace.
Graduates, in closing, I encourage you to stay connected to your university as proud alumni who represent the best of this institution. You, our success stories, are our best ambassadors. Your achievements, service to others, and loyalty will contribute to the greatness of Florida Gulf Coast University. You have our best wishes for success and happiness throughout your lives. Now please remain standing for the recessional and remain in your place until all graduates have exited the floor. Graduates, staff ushers will direct you to join the recessional guests. Guests, please wait until the students and faculty have left the arena floor before carefully exiting your cells. Please meet your graduates in the lobby or in the plaza area. My final 4 words: walk good, go Eagles.